Stream us live at saga960am.ca.
My turn again. Norm Murray, News Talk Saga 960, and we're broadcasting live from KPA Lawyers in Mississauga at 200 Matheson Boulevard West, Suite 100. Always great to be here. We've been here a couple of times now. I think I'm just going to move in a little bit. I love these offices. Like I said to Themen, who's here operating the board and doing all the work actually behind the scenes, I said, we just got to get our own office and come in here permanent. Like, this is nice. This is really nice here. Hope Joe T is listening to that. Oh, is that me? Is that the volume? What did I do? Oh, that was you? Okay. You know what? When you broadcast live from somewhere, doing like a remote, all these little bleeps and bloops and jingles happen. It's just a regular thing. But we're really glad to be here. And remember that at KPA Lawyers, they cover it all. If you have any questions about litigation, business, family law, criminal defense, human rights tribunal, debt collection, employment law, private investigation, cannabis law, construction liens, liquor license law, and more. Go to kpalawyers.ca. Set up an appointment. Get a consultation. Come in to see and speak to the experts. We're speaking with one of the co-founders of KPA Lawyers. Preet Pannu was called to the bar back in 2014. She co-founded KPA with Ryan Keeney in 2016, and her primary areas of practice are just about everything. I mean, family law, personal injury litigation we're going to be talking about, which can include divorce, separation, child custody, equalization of net family property, matrimonial homes, and on, accident benefits, personal injury claims, and she's regularly appeared in Superior Court in the Ontario Court of Justice, having represented hundreds of clients. Preet, thanks for having time to join us.
Not a problem. I like that you guys are on site, and I just walked out of my office and into this office. That was convenient.
Don't you wish court was like that, too?
I wish.
Walk down the hall.
Well, we're not too far from the court, so it is convenient. We just drive down the street like 5 minutes, and we're there.
Yep. And here you are. So we're going to, look at outside. The beautiful view we have out the windows is showing us the fluffy white stuff coming down, which is very relevant to what we want to talk about. I mean, certain weather conditions, Preet, can cause even the most cautious and capable drivers to be involved in a car accident. No matter how cautious you are, you've got your seatbelt on, you're trying to be aware, you're not on your phone. And, when a situation like this occurs, it's natural for the driver to feel that the accident, if there is one, was caused by the bad weather. So, who is at fault when bad weather causes a car accident? What happens there?
So, it's the same thing that would happen on a regular day. It's nothing different. When you're driving, you're required to pay attention to the roads. You're required to pay attention to the law. You're required to drive in a safe and prudent manner. And when you choose not to, i.e. be on your phone, or be paying attention to your radio, or be putting your seatbelt on while you're driving, you can hit somebody. And when you do hit somebody, you are the person at fault. You are the reason that caused
Yeah, but what if it's really icy and slippery and I tried to stop. I tried.
You still hit somebody.
Okay.
So, just because it's icy, they tell you even on radios, you guys must have announced it.
Yeah.
And if you haven't, I'm announcing it now. Keep a good distance so that if you are unable to stop, your brakes are unable to catch the ground or catch the wheels or however brake mechanisms work. Yeah. If it does end up being where you cannot do the proper stop in the proper way and you do hit somebody, you are going to be sued. Hopefully not, but chances are you will if you've hit the driver in front. I totally went off topic right there. What I was trying to say was that keep a distance, keep a well distance from the car in front of you so that you do not hit the car in front of you. You're able to stop in a safe manner.
Right. So I guess when we're on the roads, regardless of the weather, we're all in this together. So the person you are engaged in the accident with also is driving in that same weather you are.
Correct.
And they're responsible for their vehicle. You're responsible for your vehicle, right?
Yes.
And what happens? regardless of whether, it was black ice, I didn't see it.
Yes.
And that happens to everybody.
It happens.
It can, whether you have your snow tires on or not. But
so at that time, when you say black ice, the legal brain prompts me, why is there black ice? The city should have salted that black ice.
Okay.
So I am going to sue the city for causing me to do this accident.
Okay. All right. So there's other ways. So
there's other ways,
That's how liability can be determined then.
Yes.
Is, if
you got the words right, liability can be determined.
Okay.
That's what we usually would argue.
Yeah.
Suppose I got into an accident and it was because of black ice at a discovery. So that's the process where it's like a cross-examination, and I'll take you a few steps back into how it starts.
Sure.
So when you do hit somebody, you as a driver, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to get sued. Yes. You more likely than not are going to, because almost everybody starts claims nowadays. I don't encourage it. I do have clients that come to us, potentially to speak about, when they were hit. And if I, in the initial intake, determined that you weren't injured, you didn't lose anything, I will likely tell you, don't start the claim, or I will not accept the file. But there are situations where somebody's been hit and they do get injured severely, or lose income from work, or lose companionship from their spouse, lose time with their children, because their children are in hockey leagues and they can't attend those facilities anymore because they're on crutches, or they have back pain and they can't sit on those stiff hockey chairs. Whatever the case may be, everybody's life is very different. In that situation, what you're going to do is you're going to start a claim against your own insurance company, which is called accident benefits claim. So what you're doing in that sense is you're telling your own insurance company, hey buddy, I pay you. This is how I explain in my consults to clients. Hey buddy, insurance company, I pay you insurance premiums every month without a miss. When I do miss them, you punish me.
Oh yeah.
So the fact that I pay them, I am now in a rut. I need help. I need help to support my family. I need help with my income because I'm not able to return to work. I need help with getting treatment so that I am able to get better. I need help with A, B, and C. And I need help to get maybe a back brace, maybe a leg brace, whatever facility you kind of need, mechanism you need to get better. So you tell your insurance, that's what's called the accident benefits claim. There's a bunch of forms that you will get mailed to your house after an accident, after you reporting the accident to your insurance company. And you fill those out, and that's what starts the accident benefits claim. And it eventually leads in settlement, or you continue with it until they pay you out your entire entitlement for either income replacement or medical rehab, for physio treatments. And there's an array of, let's say, possibilities that, benefits, not possibilities. There's an array of benefits that you will get from your insurance company. Then the second part of the claim is a tort claim. That's what lawyers call it, the tort claim.
This is not a dessert, is it?
No, it sounds like it. It's not even close to a dessert. Yeah. So the tort claim is where you sue the other driver's insurance company, in layman term. You start a claim, you issue a statement of claim in the court, and in that claim, you plead that, hey, you other driver, insurance company, not really other driver, hopefully they have insurance, that the guy you insure hit me. And because of that person's hit, I have suffered A, B, and C damages. And that could include your income loss, your future income loss, your loss of competitive advantage in your industry because you've been put back a couple months or a couple years, depending on your accident. Again, loss. Pain and suffering. Yeah. Future damages, future medical rehab. Yeah. You can, again, a number of benefits that you would claim from this other side's insurance company. So that's how accidents happen first, and then that's how you start the claims after.
Right. So there's some cases that you actually turn down.
Oh yes, plenty of cases where you're turned down, or you only get treatment up to a certain number amount. Yeah. Every insurance company has its own. Well, there's the statutory accident benefits that governs all of this. So if you ever want to know what you are covered, you should always read your insurance policy, and the insurance policy will lay out what will happen if you do get into an accident. And as a person who hit the other driver, you also have the same claim against your own insurance company, where you say, I got into an accident, I need help. It's not just because you were at fault, you don't get help. You still get helped for all of that.
Is it possible for me to use a GoPro as evidence? I don't have one in my car. I don't have one of these cameras in the car. Are they? Can you enter them into evidence?
So the police will use them.
Police will use them?
Police will use them. I've seen police use them. Yeah. But it does show... it shows the accident. So...
It can also show the weather.
It can also show the weather. But the weather... Yes, it can show the weather. And
well, as we talked about, it doesn't really matter, does it?
The weather doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's just, the weather matters in the sense of liability. Yeah. Who are you going to place the liability on? And how much? It doesn't have to be, the driver may say, fine, I was driving, I hit you, but I hit you because there was black ice. How long was that black ice on the road? Was that road salted? Was proper procedure followed? That is in the books of the bylaws, or however the company, the contractors who have been contracted out to do this, have they all followed the procedure? Was the road iced every hour as the procedure says, or every 2 hours? And if there was a gap, why was there a gap? And if there was a gap, was that the reason that black ice formed? Yeah. So
this could go on for a long time, couldn't it?
Oh, they go on for a long time. I have files that I started when I first 2015.
Is that right?
And they're still going.
Oh my goodness.
So that's another thing. A lot of clients do get impatient, and when are we going to settle this? When is this going to be behind me? And it's not so much settle it. It's they're frustrated with the way that things move. So after a claim is issued, then you end up having a defense issue, which is the other side responding to your claim. And then you end up trying to negotiate. Then documents are exchanged. Then you go to a discovery. Discovery is pretty much like a cross-examination. But you're sitting in a friendly room across a boardroom, and there's a transcriptionist and who's typing everything out. So those discovery questions get entered into evidence later. Yeah. So it is a long process. And courts are very busy, especially our Brampton courthouse. Extremely busy.
So on a day like today, when the snow's coming down, do you think, okay, it's going to be real busy in the next few weeks? Because even just after a day like today, or a few days like this, where we've got the snow and the ice, and the first snow is always the worst, it seems.
Yes, right? Because we're not used to it.
Right, yeah. Some people who have never driven in snow or ice are now experiencing it and realizing, I didn't get my winter tires on. I still have my summer tires and such.
Everybody in my office right now is like, we should have gotten our winter tires.
I know, me too. Yeah. Wow. So I was looking up different liability determinations, such as unsafe speed was driven that did not reflect the road conditions. A turn was taken at an accelerated speed on slippery pavement. Yep. The driver was not leaving enough distance between vehicles, as you pointed out a moment ago. Failure to use headlights in poor visibility conditions. Yep. All of these things can be brought up and proven or disproven, I suppose.
Yes.
Have you been on the other side of it where you've had to defend somebody who was the hitter?
So insurance companies employ their own lawyers.
Okay.
Lawyers. So they have a bunch of law firms that they always send the files to. So we are not on the defense side, and we're on the plaintiff
You're going
side.
After money then, most of the time.
Yeah, we go after.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, the claims, Okay.
Yeah, so we are always the plaintiff. Yeah. We've not done defenses for motor vehicle collisions. We do defenses in other areas of law, defamation. What else is there? Real estate litigation. I'm not a civil lawyer, so I don't know off the top of my head. I can tell you everything about family law and personal injury, but personal injury is a branch per se of civil litigation. It follows the same procedure, but it has its own like my business partner says, its own niche.
Yeah, Ryan,
Which is, Ryan, it's like personal injury is its own niche, and it's true. It's its own niche.
We're so glad you spent some time with us today. And we're going to talk to Emily Banks tomorrow, because we're going to be broadcasting here again. But Preet Pannu is one of the co-founders of KPA Lawyers. Go to kpalawyers.ca. October was Free Wills Month. What's November? You got something going on this
November is Pay Your Bills.
Pay Your Bills Month?
That's
a good month.
Christmas is coming. Pay Your Bills Month.
200 Matheson Matheson Boulevard West, Suite 100, and you can go to kpalawyers.ca. Preet, thanks so much for letting us inhabit one of your offices here. I really like it. And you know what? I will be, if I move, can I just put a cot over here because it's so nice in here. I really like it. Anyway.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Preet. All right, we're going to take a break and come back with more here at News Talk Saga 960. I'm Norm Murray, and in a moment we're going to talk about vaping and e-cigarettes. Yep, in the news again because there's a problem, and a new research has linked vitamin E acetate to lung injuries. Anyways, we'll get into that a little bit and some Peel School Board info coming up for you. Stay tuned. Back in a moment.
Stream us live at saga960am.ca.